African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing the whole affairs. African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing the whole affairs. African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing the whole affairs. African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing the whole affairs. African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing the whole affairs. is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs. African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing his own affairs.
Yo, Captain Paula on the ways on a back and back to where Tony Mark-Boye, yeah, we saw to now, Jumo, that, but when I broke out, a shy, John up in Batty. Corner, yeah, Yajo Kaka per you, Mia Ale, Asenya Jo, Ndi Worna, Jago, Mia Kawana going to have a community dying, but Nyagber Kava, Kimako, so Yapak, Sonyona, we are me, motivational segment. Then we will be the music and work on Yachuka, Yajo, Yapa, Amugantoma, a fear, Nemiga in Wopia, Miapo. Nyakanya jo bana ome ke ne mie kaingo bea mia ajunyam ne na da plus 2342670 no ike mia dem a chok akoche kapa plus 233242670 enye number ike mia dem achwako achika wa ndo kujia me on Facebook if you like me from your live on Facebook. That Facebook attack me, check out me fan. I'll be kaka Ndi Worna ne wa nyo man yo motivational segment. Welcome you to the transmission. This is Ewenyigba TV's morning segment of shows. I'm Tony Mark-Boye, your uncle, and I'll be doing this from now to 10. I expect to do my motivational segment now, and in a few minutes we'll look at what stories trending in the Volta regime, and things that border on our welfare in the region. We'll proceed also by looking at what are the newspapers saying in the headlines. So that's how we do our show this morning. All right. Mia Aja Wona will come up a motivational message for today. Motivational message by Magic Jamia on TVOG. Ida main function gratitude nchi. Gratitude akbedada. Gratitude akbedada. Ye motivational piece le miabo egba. So we do that briefly, and we see how it goes. Don't put him a mila water la whole fear water to ye miele. I tell my global ya premier chile, I love mia and Kachacham, mia do la rona ya pere yo chile, ashi chachame, Geremiaji, Uba Pio, Agbenyalayo, Amachi and Chow, Shangi gonna be our you do that. Call us and we'll be right there. Don't be afraid of losing someone who is not grateful for you. That's not loss, it's alignment. Don't be afraid of losing someone who is not grateful for you. That's not loss, it's alignment. So I would rather put it this way: don't be afraid of losing anyone who is not grateful to you. That's not loss, it's alignment. And I got this from Positive Words on Facebook. Gratitude akbedada panya brome nyapa nsetome nyane ebo brome magafon ne amoyo kama matako dura lo bemu alo magafon na manyako amamatako heran belo bemu nam madakwara durang belo bemu menye agbaruyo menye ukiare konyo me nyatwa masara konyo ema bonde yo na be alignment etia be ema bonwenye monpopo ikeswa shuba na bugo awo ado wo re wo be bugo agba chekum akpara bare leke so yo so la bonmi awo dororo yo ko jebana wo na be shaka yana be mi alignment ko English ga bola manya bola masa ko da kon ko le miato mioha nya babu bo le mioha miato ya babu ame ike comme se manque là aussi ici dororo wo ko yi abatona yi ko jina ma konta la ko ita cho be cha para le ke ya so ale ya so di so mia dororo ka wenje u jebe ya wo ka abu wo dororo ka abu alignment jigara bama sofu to tio charismatism yecho nya bama be alignment ala bo blambe nazo som ye abazon ya zona le ma taro jinwia ka na sharo mango yimo akadi ka na ogoro waro abubo azon mi alba u hove alignment to destiny better so for America so for better no ya moblo. So that's it. So when ungrateful people live your life, be strong. Do not worry, let them go. Let them go. And that is that. So let me apply, Garo. Let me talk about also my body. Let me not hear me. Me have me like a chachame. Aroya Marudula, put me back on me. No more be my bishop, John, bishop, look at the don't yo Joe. Gayo Jody, Bagiano Berry. Day Magbalo Day. Angoi galo mabega akamuto apurabo alikana buata macho momi alikana buata macho nyachora mochi alikana buata mahali kutam subro na nya funa no ye na naga mabimbi galo ngoige ajona le tobo aroya domaka chubu ya efo aka domo fi una kom damata onya mata Nenamake domavio chone ba yo bakpara shana jenga ka domaka ro to kamana kona ala fishafi Ta kuku konye mato. Alwa konye mato. Badai na sola di. Ni gromi le fianye ba. Mashame na gareo lupime. Mashame na la toloji chiamo. Bora bari. Eyeri amama dakwenya. Am I an ingrate? Ingratitude. They are ingrates. There are people who are ungrateful. Okay. The ingratitude, the politics. I'm going to hold on this if you are Jimojo. Obanya Shamita radio job TV. Abojuba, you Tonajiba, you school, Kisako Najiba, you Java Bashaba Bike, Ojago Chanajiba, Kakachiba, Mona Kana, your provost review. And one eye appointment. Yeah, in that sense, I don't know Bumama and Jidu is ungrateful. Allo, Domagan, you can Tadena Jidu, flag at Chola, Jimo, Preto, Shimanola, Pachabato. What I own got to get on Yaron Blomika at the Fumi, Bemia Uto, Mutual Sabo, Kaka, Gamusu, what happened now, a people, so what happened now. And I'm Shafi. That Madamada, Madamada, Abba ya Wamo for cycle, one more than I add the dish. Abba, ne amachu, Churu Safo Naya. Boga de dish. Mine ingratitude. Ta Gilao, Ungaro, if you chivo, Mona Crazy old Ugachio, Uju. Raka Vyogro Savo, Shami Kojabo, Kaka, Kamuswa, and Gila Ubrumia versus a Yaro, Fidel Yabra. Akbama Damaga, and Yanake, Namima Baima Owe. Strongly Udana, Mitranko Wanam, Wanam, Urana Shiganchi, Banaramiano Chi, Nenema Mutuber, Yache, all right, howweday.com. Me howweday.com. Grab me howweday.com. Apenya to Kaka Way, Fungi. You can be Chona, Apenya to Ella howweday.com. To me, I'm going to she got a Jinia Blue, Kalanya to Milling to. So, first story there Mahama pledges support for coastal communities. Mahama pledges support for coastal communities. Me, never to corporate John Dramani Mama Komafma. But I'm going to if you are gone, Mapu, no Tata Bovu, Lefma Yoke, no Tata Yoke, Dubucho, a job, Ikawai, a job for Jim. And bank kabla or shake yan kakare ang non to mamang ba alam ko to prola garo jilang to mama the yo the sholem e fia am yo kalang dwame tak ida kwa aba ida few ka chi lang dang to ala the it were susu ya miglen it was so that's what we have over there. I'll read that very briefly. No tata jim na po na video jim na po le kamu ya choga bangati video na ya bangati video Facebook video po ga le kamu ya fuma o kata ko but howweday.com let big bo mi amado slides for them. Give me the slides please. howweday.com howweday.com slide on over let me go. Please get the slide for me. Please. No, when you slide I'm on, that's not what I want. Mama pledges support for coastal communities. President John Dramani Mahama has visited Fumave in the Volta region to assess the damage caused by recent tidal waves, which have destroyed homes and displaced residents. This visit aimed to impress President on efforts and establishment. Jeffrey announced funded 2020 by the Black Sea project. Phase 2, emphasizing the government's commitment to safeguarding vulnerable coastal communities. He highlighted the importance of nature-based solutions such as planting coconut trees and storing to the effect of tidal waves. Wow, interesting. The tidal waves have a devastating impact on the community, with many residents left with access to basic necessities like shelter and food. President Mohammed's visit has brought hope to the affected communities who are eager for support and solutions to that plight. The president's visit follows reports of the sea breaching parts of the coastline, and he assured residents that work has resumed on the World Bank supported WAC project aimed at President $150 million. $150 million is going to addressing coastal flooding. Now, $150 million. Yeah, Jirua, Cho, the Tomo, Sugar, Watcho, Akbere, Mianovio Color, Afu, Wawunchi, Chafu, Ga, a football, Gaba, Amodam, Le Anglong Tobe, Galofumabake, Chafka, Blam, Levia, to Copora Nofma, a Chovai. So, in a main story, it got trending. Volta Toba Katakata. Now let's do imagine there for Oide.com. So during his visit, the president okay, so but we'll leave it that way. We'll leave it that way. All right. Mia Zore Ngo. Mia Zore Ngo. Okay. Megalahoide.com. Megalahoide.com. Miapo le etape mama egere awomefiaji in a related development. Mahama pays gets a call awomefia amidst tidal wave visit. So President John Mahama made a call on the awomefia of Anglo. Double III at his palace in Anoga as part of his visit to the Volta region to assess the damage caused by recent tidal waves. So the president's visit to the palace was a gesture of respect and solidarity with the traditional leader and the people of Anglo. During his visit, President Mama briefed the Awomefia on his earlier visit to Fumave, a community severely affected by the tidal waves, and discussed the government's plans to provide relief to affected residents. The Awomefia in turn expressed appreciation to the president for the president's concern and assured him of the people's support in the face of the disaster. The president's visit to the palace was followed by an inspection of the Blekusu Sea Defense Project, Phase 2, which is aimed at protecting the coastline from further erosion. President Mohammed emphasized the importance of the project in safeguarding the livelihoods of communities in the region. The tidal waves has caused significant damage to infrastructure and homes in the Volta region, leaving many residents without access to basic necessities. That Chopper Nyakrima, Nyapa Dukopola Chofuma, Wisri, G, a woman Fiana Moro, Duko, about Dobani, Bomaniani. Global, you Babasha Papaja, your Paramuchi, La Fumover, Plamonto, Chiman Urum. Don't go to Coppola Global, me do Nechi, Chawato, Itu natural siapa tu apa puncu mangrove cia ikanya baru juga yang mau baru uno na siapa tu apa siapa makan na uno nama siapa tu makan na uno kerro akaci uno na fuma yang mana suku co manci anya leke na siapa tu siapa siapa makan belum siapa kaya mau lalu si apa lagi nyata biar opena nyale ke chapu walo ne chiota to te chapu ga ka e ma e mi chona ma ko e mo misala to ne chi a chapu to ga yo cho to be stri bo abana ba ye ina ne ba kusu a bo je to ma ho ne yo puta ne to yo ba le ke to afo chomi ne mai mo le ma. All right, Yoko nabs former Gihop boss over financial irregularities. Abaga we formula TV ajafma enye Gihop talk with Maganda. The Economic and Organized Crime Officer Yoko has arrested Maxwell Kofi Juma, former managing director of Gihop Distilleries Company Limited, as part of an ongoing investigation into alleged financial impropriety. Juma was picked up on Tuesday, April 28, 2026, following a raid on his private residence in Kumasi last week. The arrest is reportedly linked to allegations of unauthorized sale of company properties, manipulation of staff figures, and questionable vehicle acquisitions. Investigators are also examining claims of inflated staff numbers, which allegedly placed an undue financial burden on the company. Juma, who previously served as the mayor of Kumasi, is being held in Iyoko custody with investigations ongoing. The former Gihop boss is accused of selling company properties in Tama valued over $700,000 without necessary approvals. The case has sparked intense scrutiny, with many calling for accountability and transparency in the management of state resources. The Iyoko raid on Juma's residence follows similar operations in the past, highlighting the agency's commitment to tackling corruption. The investigation is expected to shed light on the circumstances surrounding Juma's tenure as Gihop Distilleries, with potential implications for wider business community. Dogby Maxwell Kofi Juma iganye omafia na Kumasi to le jilu ikano yiba imon iganye ahuhu na $70,000 Waru Topaga. However, Amario going to all of the Topaha, a choke on Cocotel, and not sugar, old Tomafma, and Abam, Mautoru, for Tuaru, and Abatopaha, both Fide, Tangasa, Hachu, Juma, Blada, Kerbai, the Kumasi Toma, the Kumasle, Topa, Alaba Yoko, Juba Dobeka, Kona Mayoka, Sana, Fiasa Gown, Topa Gown, Kowana, and Fitio, a few more Panya, Uli Tobacum, which are poverty. Now, Lapamico, that lady, and not Teresia, Barojin caught to a chocolate woman. Da a girl near to a choa. Maso Fijumano, you could talk where Emmanuel Fia, Udio, Umadio, Maponya, Dale Colaqua, and Amia. Shan signs contracts in hospital bed amidst injury. What? Mipo sports, me go with this sports, me a bunker of my Jam signs contract in hospital bed. Former Ghanaian football captain Asamoah Gyan has revealed the dramatic circumstances surrounding the signing with State Rennes in 2008. According to a Metro News report, Gyan disclosed that he signed the contract while recuperating in a hospital bed just days after suffering a severe injury during the Africa Cup of Nations AFCON tournament. John's injury, which occurred during the AFCON quarterfinal match against Ivory Coast, left him with a fractured leg and raised concerns about his future in football. However, despite the setback, the talented striker persevered and went on to sign a lucrative deal with Stade Rennes, marking a significant milestone in his illustrious career. Also, for sports this morning, Asamajan, former captain of Black Stars. Black Stars of captain Abukula Hongo, Abukula won't tell Samajan Fia, but playing in 2008, man, you know, AFCON match from Ghana, play because not all woman. Where you were, I will no coach like a fuma ko no afi mampo kwana be ya check up plus the ready store you can supplement blue I will show in a sell conjugal ko invest ready store ba all blue afi so that's a great revelation about that. Pregnant woman dies after hospital denies C-section request. You have to be a real that but the shock obituary rest in peace. A pregnant woman in labor has died at the mother and child hospital in Kumasi, allegedly in Kasua, beg your pardon, allegedly due to the hospital's refusal to perform a cesarean section. The woman's family claims that the hospital cited a lack of available beds in this ward as the reason for denying the requests. The incident has sparked outrage and raised concerns about the quality of healthcare services in the country. The hospital's management has yet to comment on the matter, but an investigation is expected to be launched to determine the circumstances surrounding the woman's death. The deceased man's family is devastated by the loss and is calling for accountability. We took her to the hospital. They just left her there. They don't even check on her. A family member has said, visibly shaken. So, when we just mark on me on TV, your phone or a couple at your like a swan dog. City News just reported a Ople Konji, Kenyama, Afofu, Yativi, Akula, Yativi. Nkejo push they want to do push amanya omne go kera mari no qui ala borre yalenchi kaga konji dola bo yo makoko ala baba meli no ju nya ya chola kaswa re ya da nyon vi ja to be food ya no la para go do ka ko mien ya you fund ya de kaswa to Health Ministry pays nurses, plans major recruitment drive. Health Ministry pays nurses, plans major recruitment drive. The Ministry of Health has taken a significant step towards addressing the country's healthcare workforce challenges by paying 2 months' salary arrears to newly recruited nurses. The move is part of the government's efforts to strengthen the healthcare system and improve working conditions for health professionals. The ministry has also announced plans to recruit up to 16,000 health workers this year. The move is expected to boost the country's healthcare delivery. The recruitment drive is aimed at addressing the acute shortage of health personnel, particularly in rural areas. Federal salary arrest is a welcome relief to the affected nurses who have been facing financial difficulties. The ministry's gesture is seen as a demonstration of its commitment to supporting health workers and improving the overall quality of health care in the country. Mikpo no se viaro le yogba no jirafia le hoide.com ngejo obo fortuna no se vie yo cho dona o do ma ba jinga fenya jinga fa plajivo ka jiru khafano babli o jijo na boko abawa jijo lo munu akwana jirura enya Takaka iji blog do ya plus sube yo kore notion ju ka hoto wo ye bla yo arore me ko konji albo bare konji do wonchi albo mo na chofu awucha. All right, that's all we have here. We go to news headlines. Nyapo kale nyapo newspaper so and yeah, malamo ko mo bena ko gani ya me gre nyama juju. Ka nyama ko ba to ko ka ko gre che nyama nyama juju. Wa u gre nyachi. Ala ba mara o shani nyama to bana. Okay, miaka nyama juju. Donc je peux pas bâtir le work to la ho la afia. Que never magical, Nyaparichu, Nya Ajo, and Nyawoma. Okay, let's go to the newspapers. Let's check what we have on the newspapers. The first newspaper we have here is the Daily Guide. Daily Guide. Gold Board records 970 million revenue in 2025. Daily Guide. Gold Board records 970 million dollars revenue in 2025. That's the first story we have right here. But Busami Jemfi, Bono Katala Fia, Enya Tomagana, Jiru Doka Kona, Shika, Shishacha, the Ghana, G, Oboplomba, Abekabaima, you over 970 million dollars. 970 million dollars. That's a lot of money. All right, May Day notice. May Day notice, Workers' Day. Your favorite daily guide will not be on the newsstands on Friday, May 1, 2026, and Saturday, May 2, 2026. In observance of May Day, we will be back on the newsstands on Monday. All right, now the job. All right, Adamus debunks illegal mining tag. Adamus debunks illegal mining tag. Nyabong lo Adamus Amat Adamus ikannya Chicago fuare ko magase ko mabala to na ba jumma viroshi. Yoko picks up ex-Gihog boss. Kofi Juma is in trouble. Yoko to Trey Ale Kahoma Mapum the Kofi. All right. Waive moral duty to speak on Galamsey Catholic bishops. Catholico ha nolagao bishop a ogo glombe. Bomo abere shori Joe Vobo Joe Galamsey Nyancho. Yo bloga Catholico. UCC lecturer teaching assistant dying crash. Mufiala Garde, University of Cape Coast, Coca-Cola Cape Coast, Blayo Baranchito, make a bananachin of a chama. Oku, Kojoto, Alaba, Ujang Blue. All right, Baba now, I'm going to follow me. Daily Searchlight. Bangling, Yoko detains Kofi Juma. Bangling. Yoko detains Kofi Juma. Kofi Juma is in trouble. It's also here. Kofi Juma is trending for the wrong reasons. Minority demands halt on attacks on Ghanaians in SA. Pushes for immediate Ghana-South Africa action. Okay. And we told us South Africa remember Anyama South Africa told the Ghana don't chi that thought you hear na jiru ya ble South Africa jiru ora for Alaba Kutanayama. Wesley Girls case to proceed, Supreme Court rules. Wesley Girls, Nyarele Wesley Girls, Kuko the Wesley Girls, Keposum Tomayan, you was Kuko, Wesley, how Methodist, how Urahma, Benyarafma, Marofma, Koko, Lama, Fileta, Plato, Butara, and Chiva, Baturala, Ala, Pro, Dr. Gavanto, you be you to Yaku. O in case John Kimarajo, well, Kapajango Roshi, Yamaji, Bakava, Tojane, Nabutanayama. Atem Anya Islam Subola, Atum Guatuani Baba La Akbar, Le Methodist Hakokwe, Fuel Sukuma, Nanamake Atema Ahmadia Mission Suku. Alo Ausa Suku, Ikana Nyaba Islam Toba Suku. Ko aba no fuma ko alibala ba shagara ba rebelebe robu atenga we nyama aloko bila toji. The National Enquirer program atau fosen lefia pemegana lagi kagro tu kata apa jiru go gado ulanya ko kacau la lupa kasih MPA boss pushes stronger safety culture at Goel HSSEQ week. Okay. You are a warrior of development, not war. You pay to boost energies MD. You are a warrior of development, not war. You pay to boost energy MD. Goldberg posed 909.8 million tallest surplus. Goldboard will profit a gaga, but Goldboard won't survive. They please, why the 20 figures? Daily Guide Bear, Goldboard records $970 million. Please put Daily Guide back for me. Daily Guide back for me. Goldboard records $970 million revenue in 2025. National Enquirer, the Goldboard pulls 909.8 million surplus. So 909.8, and this is 909.8. Daily Guide were 909.8 million. I may have been 970. I may have a surplus. I may have a revenue. Global Post 907. I may have a revenue, so revenue must be more. I may have a surplus, so this is profit. Okay, Mika Flumio. National Enquirer, Gayo Katai Kanye, Ashi Global Chaka, Fatu, Shikada Jamakwa, in 970 million. $970 million. Yen Gakatava. Go you there, Musa Sound, with the expenses. Profit ticket change was on $909 million. So that makes sense. So the surplus must be lesser than the revenue because profit or surplus is equal to revenue minus expenditure. That makes sense. All right, let's move on. National Enquirer. We got a National Enquirer. Ghana announces 226 closed fishing season. Mahama church visit in Sawam prison. Mahama church visit in Sawam prison. All right. So Mama, are you there in Sawam? I'm going to mom or that's a good one. And Minister of Fisheries. You double Akbar that the Banyaji Plumber. Ghana announces 2026 closed fishing season. If you have a Maraco guy to Buaro, a Chicheta, Maraca guy to a year about fingerlings. So that's all. Maraca, Magapo dog, beat up dog, and Doikman Pulu, and Doikman Pulu, Rada, I look by the blue tan. Ababe Nga. No. Closure of fishing. All right. Ghanaian Times. Illegal structures on waterways to go. Minister. Gilbert Ejie. Illegal structures on waterways to go. Ghanaian Times. Amokata tuho. Rekota oji. Tuhore chitupo kata. Hongata lugaga kwani. Minister Gilbert Ejie. NDPC moves to finalize National Development Plan. National Development Planning Commission. Well, Dr. Thompson, one of the telephone, we are finalizing National Development Plan. Obe ona den to no sube aleke ko afọ soge alo mi akpongo ita tuturo wona do dem to me alo chilusha chilu ke ba soro wona machi akon ga ba kon mi ke chengo. President Mahama versus tidal waves hate fumave plekusu da mabo Mauto Agbavito chairman ne NDC la amoganto mafia James Gunu regional minister alafia John Ramani Mahama tata alafia amamrobo kuma jamnamio ejo ono fumave bla kusu de achapu pamane banya. All right, Daily Post. Ghana stability restored, credibility regained at the force. Eboro bana tadama ko at the force again jiru tomaga kona pa ganyanji. Ble yogaro yoka uchu IMF. Chedudu wokata yukine ko tebuko habobo. Wagato ga IMF where dogbada ole to force problème cho ba fifia kana pa ganyo kata le tefia dem arabe nkonyui va na tuko amomia kwa ba tuko ne ka now o aforchon President Mahama versus Fumavet to assess tidal wave damage magapo Mahama na fia ule fuma before visit ko have Ghana's building cost. Inflation slows to 2.2% in March, extending downward trend. Ghana's building cost inflation. Okay, more China really. Gold triples revenue cuts spending and generates operational surplus of 909.8 million for 2025. This is a good report, please. Newspaper maybe here the surplus of the profit, no revenue. It makes no sense to report revenue on the front pages because we don't know if the cost is even more than the revenue. We don't report sales in news reporting. It's misleading. So if you report sales, you must report the total expenditure as well, or report income, please. All right. Goldboard. All right, so we are done with Daily Post. The archives. Police intercept over 11,000 rounds of ammunition in Guantabari. Police intercept over 11,000 rounds of ammunition at Guantabari. We told CID exonerates Council of State Rep Ceci Edem Company as High Court police findings align. CID exonerates Council of State Rep Ceci Edem Company as High Court police findings align. Da Mbo Gabriel Kwamiga Tanku Atopule Tatafia. Bakosiopi Lydia Yako Donko Ikenya CID do boss Bovito Mano Mo Bovito Kumo Achamunkuro Mapro Amagalafia CID boss Lydia Yako Donko Alava Mapo Papa Owusu Ankuma Yabono Tatalafia. Birako okume cho Kwamiga Gabriel Tanko atuflechi yemara fama Kenya nya amugantome where amadoto alome chacha ikele chidudu pada ndohame ke ubablombe Kwamiga to prepare top ikenya sesi edem iko hakoira pomara go kwesebe huga lamoshi blamo bitu amo kususu huga moshi be nano ogara mo fifia high court kanye bon proper koko le bovito ko ma juju kaka hold the so ke bira ko mi blom le we yuma po barojin koto ya ka we komiga to play ba kompina young blow. All right, pregnant woman dies at Kasua over lack of hospital. Family demands probe and justice. Nyobi ya tubionya broma lema ika ida Kasua profu. O mi kwinamlo au mi lef namna mawele wena tuchidora matutuma de viana do viana do mo de viana do pulam nyonga namba au mi kumia de viana chinyo baba mali abamali abai ka jina jangro ko mali au blow you. Secondary Temporary Assembly demands sanitation courts. Secondary Temporary Assembly demands sanitation court. Assembly Manola alo secondary Western region. Banyak domole. Kerja pun tome banyak domole. Assembly Manola ko yo hiane tangas yo courts. Ya sanitation courts. Figana ruro lo podomia elechi echi agora buta echi azu ponton papa fofo mama obam kple akore moto lo of mako choko mo win of my fast yoji Volta MDCE signed 24-hour market deals today. Oh, okay. Volta MDCEs signed 24-hour market deals today. Magbo yeah, and Minister of Local Government, yeah. Obablonga Fifia, Agbai coming from okay, Nyanya Agbai coming from the Volta Regional Coordination Council Conference Room in Mokbomba, at the Ashida, the Teblo Suba, or to Ashiaro, you can have a 24-hour market. So MDCs, Municipal District Executives, so all right. Police intercept over 11,000 rounds. We'll be done with that. The cannery. The cannery. SEC deputy boss calls for urgent investment in Ghana's capital market. SEC deputy boss calls for urgent investment in Ghana's capital market. NDC Zongo Caucus wants branch elections postponed. Akbalu fights Ioko's power to prosecution. Akbalu fights Ioko's power to prosecution. Boyede Mensah, the visionary behind Ghana's pension transformation. Present farmers celebrate the stunning leadership of Eric Owusu. Takanre Boblonga Akbalu, a Chonyare Yoko Tonchi Bung, Samaloshi, or Lama Reba, your Macro, Samaloshi, America, who will always be. Akbalu, that Macbagama, Gama, Ikanya, Domagana, Yokoremon, Acha, Hanon, that Telefia. Zongo, Abongla, Yokatadene, Zongo, the Miao Podomio, Blomba, branch elections, Ako, Yordane, you will not all as Zongoma, not to the Equator, well, so that is the big things we have over there. Eriko Popo not that I feel Blomba, but there are over All right, Miss Rango, Daily Democrat. Daily Democrat. Ghana IMF begin sixth review. Ghana IMF begins sixth review. Let me just do a little read on this. Ghana has officially begun the sixth review of its program with the International Monetary Fund. Finance Minister Dr. Kasela Tofosun received the IMF mission team led by Dr. Reuben Atoyan in Accra, describing Ghana's reform journey since 2022 crisis as transformative and a clear success. He said the program has helped stabilize the economy, restore credibility, and renew hope for Ghanaians. Yeah. So, Kasela Tofosun Boblomba, IMF Tohi Kanye, Wota, Gajaruba, Kanye Tukoba, Gajaruba, Tukota, Gajaruba, Gadover, Baloja, Tomagarolo, Yobo, Boblomba, Atofosun Bojo, Bofifia, Ganyanyu, Yobo, Tukoba, Ganyagachi, if you have Blanconuela to Conchi, Navarro Ganyama. NDPC 6 consensus on Ghana's future. Yeah, National Development Planning Commission for Global Fifia, Chidra Baba, Yang Yalo, Yaraba 24 economy. I mean, the one district, one factory, you Magari Amako, Cabanto, Chidu Reshar and Asora, Cab, Jim Shaman and Muflima. Arabia Lake, Tuatuga, Mashama, now Yara Kanyagro, Benya and Bemia Wanye. 24 economy, a Yahweh Demo. He gave me a Garasho to them also 24 hour low, where we talk as all these things must be agreed. NDPC. Ghana boosts local gold refining partnerships. If golfers violating mining law under Prestia underground access. Ghana must undertake 7-day prayer and fasting. Prophets can come. You can mau nolaga kahog bajo mau bo yang glorila can come boblomba jaba Ghana. Naching adubra ngabi prayer and fasting. Nchichido Badudura Wanana Chile Ghana Kakawama Andre. Ghana must undertake 7-day prayer and fasting. And me katutu tau ba me ba do bara ne ba jidere democraco. The Joy FM must retract and correct false power supply claims ministry demands. Mabo Dr. Gina Pop on the Telefia will go and Yasuka Joy News. Hello Joy FM. Ublunyaro Joe to Vechi Nchi. Kanya Bomulanyang Mefifi. They had a jabo war Arakuku Ba Yayo Blow Wire Blow War Arakukuna Takata Ministry of Energy by your 15 Yoshi. All right, the last paper we'll look at. I'll go for a short break. The Chronicle. Don't put your brain back TV when you're minutes the cap with Potomac, you do check on a corner. I hope Betashi, the Cabarocho, the Chronicle. I'm Roberts on IGP, York, who knows radar. Tete Yohono Christian, Tete Yohono IGP of Ghana, Bunglaka, Takataka, Gapatapatane, Povito Dopakatayo, no Tatarafia Buju, but Ajo Blasu, Ajo Glee, that will. Wo ever suma azon. Sifia ebo control onchi. I'm a black bam para ma do for that what the dwa ma hoyo moleshi okata o ole ebo mafia. Aron buja o khletu bare amroba ma faro ka beko omofiko. Yeah. Intelligence-led operations exposing miscrimes. We are coming for you. I'm Roberts. We are coming for you. Kofi Juma arrested again. Wo gale Kofi Juma Gihok Distillery Store Tomaga Kanye a Kuma symptom of where Mayor Hoho or Lily Opama who get a money cover dollar of Tobashima gong Rabber over infertility or John Mo you can chew if a dog Abamo Choka or dog to Kuma. Namaro for Avomo Plato, Oli, Mim, Goldfields Ghana Foundation. marks World Malaria Day with strong push against disease. Chronicle, John Amona Pipi, Kona Ewenyigba, Edomoya Pipi, Kokomukam Nafon, in Luke 13, verse 3. Luke 13, verse 3. No, I tell you, but unless you repent, you will all likewise perish. Luke 13, verse 3. No, I tell you, but unless you repent, you will all likewise perish. Bao ngala bronabi ne metro timo mi kata ya buku mala bronabi le luka pa bala tabi eton bibi eton ba he mala nana mi anya ba ne metro timo la mi kata ga ku anya mi apa to mani Tony Mark-Boye ya no mi lo ba ma ko to chichu ya ne metro ba ya so ka kasi tibia.
Go.
Oh, what the? Let go, Joy.
Oh, very much. Bà đã quên làm đồ cái tụi bụi, ta này too much traditory, một những worms bật kille.
Oh,
Những mà phải phân, những mà ta thằng mà thùng, mà nó chỉ có vô bụng.
dari nanti Abraham fi baraka inele ya pati ke tukanya gbogbo ya wa. Base hasbena di dile nuna mfia. Koko ina duna fa gare wonye ya nya pa no pasi bani ko he wontan nya nkura wa. Wala pasi ko nya ko ta tara gbe.
Bon. Mà nó chỉ có vô nó biết luôn.
Vai batakalo sugo. Ita mi ga da de secrement tonto. Wala pati ke wa busielo weto sera.
Ire vola to gbo. Ye mo no chika ko mo pon jeje.
Vola chika no plan. Na zama. Fiva nana kama furaga nawo. Mashama nozi.
Nyapa todo wala todo fita. Itanye za vola chika. Nyato matoro ha. Woza vola chika fufu jijila ama.
This Vola Piki.
Yeah.
Vola baby.
Mauna yura vola to. Ona wala masa.
Vola pachika wala chika drapo kata alo gado pa dayo pa mala akblawu wojango St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church atututu le hoa apola old fashioned la akwe kala hwahwe gada wojila agodoma Yellow House Street wojango local restaurant atututu opa dopo la budigba ochogba chongdiga adrekla afaba dashina fiega aton kala mamlida gbewa oja dogoma ndiga andrekla afa wadashina ndogawi efe pokana vola le 0244 512 1450
Vola
Nina nemiayi vola basenta afima mia pota yola nyadeba vola efivalo akluli le fudana alele le fudana domaru le fudana achite padaka ufuto makata mele to woni dewa eti maklono ba na ile vola heba center ikele jengo apla Victoria Park afima na kodo wotu akame wakuto wofukame ofukama tutu dokata vola heba center Dr. Prosper Debeneba akodo come on vola
kadon kwajiba vola pachika monyuna funo nyonu yo no nama vikle de fio mo hofo ye fo
Go.
Oh, what the? Let go, Joy.
Oh, very much. Bà đã quên làm đồ cái tụi bụi, ta này too much traditory, một những worms bật kille.
Oh.
Những mà phải phân, những mà ta thằng mà thùng, mà nó chỉ có vô bụng.
Dari nanti Abraham fi baraka inele ya pati ke tukanya gbogbo ya wa. Base hasbena di dile nuna mfia. Koko ina duna fa garawonye ya nya pa no pasi bani ko hi wontam nya nfura mu a bola pasi ko nya ko katara gbe
Bo no chiko ku no e plolo
vai batakalo sugo itabi ga dada fikramon tonto bola pasi ko wa busielo weto fira
Wa yire vola to gbo. Ye mo no chika ko mo pon jeje.
Vola chika no no pla. Na zama. Fiva nana kama furaga nawo. Mashama nazi.
Miapa toto wala toto fita. Ita nyeza vola chika. Miato matoro ha. Woza vola chika fufu jijila ama.
This vola piki. Vola baby.
Mauna yira vola to. Ona wala masa.
Vola pachika wala chika drapo kata alo gado pa doyo pa mele akblawu wojango St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church atututu le hoa apola old fashioned le akwe kala kwakwe gada woji le agodoma Yellow House Street wojango local restaurant atututu opa dopo le hudi gba ochogba chongdiga adrekla afaba dashina fiega aton kala mamli da gbewa oja dogoma ndiga andrekla afa adashina ndogawi efe pokana vola le 0244 512 1450
vola
Nina ne miayi vola eba senta afima mia pota yo la nya deba vola e fi valo akloli le fuda now alele le fuda now domaru le fuda now e ti de padaka o futo makata mele to woni de wa e ti maklo no ba na ile vola eba senta ikele jango applaud Victoria Park afima na kodo what come what puto wo fuka me tutu dokada vola heba senda Dr. Prosper de Beneva akodo come on vola
kadon kwajiba vola pachika munyuna funo nyonu yo no nama vikle de fio mo hofo wie fo
Ago. Oh, what the? Let go, Joy.
Oh, very ma. Ibara kwela mlomo keke tupoye. Tatanya tuma traditoy. Ubonye womza kele.
Oh.
Nenuma fam. Nema tatama tumu. Kama nochiko. Oh,
Dari nabi Abraham fi baraka inele ya pati ke tukone gbogbo ya wa. But hasbena didile nuna mfia. Koko ina duna fa garawonye ya nya pa no pasi bani ko hi wontam nya nfura mu a. Bola pasi ko nya ko katara gbe.
Bo. Bueno, chico, no e plolo.
Vai batakalo sugo itabi ga dada fikramon tonto. Bola pati ke wa busielo weto fira.
Wa yire vola to gbo. Ye mo no chika ko mo pon jeje.
Vola chika no no pla. Na zama. Fiva nana kama furaga nawo. Mashama nazi.
Miapa toto wala toto fita. Ita nyeza vola chika. Miato matoro ha. Woza vola chika fufu jijila ama.
This vola piki. Vola baby.
Mauna yira vola to. Ona wala masa.
vola pachika wala chika drapo kata alo gado pa doyo pa mele akblawu wojango St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church atututu le hoa apola old fashioned le akwe kala kwakwe gada woji le agodoma Yellow House Street wojango local restaurant atututu opa dopo le hudi gba ochogba chongdiga adrekla afaba dashina fiega aton kala mamli da gbewa oja dogoma ndiga andrekla afa odashina ndogawi efe pokana vola le 0244 512 1450
vola
Nina ne miayi
Yo kola akona me ko mo ka ko to we so na ba akwa nyama chu na ba ke kple which is also saying ya ko lo mo ba ta ba ne ka ta ba ni le ko ni na bai ba ke me ta kana la ba kple to ma ba wo de na ko honorable Ngaka untuk senya jojo ke kakak karya baloji ke hijaunya ke rumah patah menyai hadu di rumah ta ba inya yoku to Keyhawk Distilleries to maka lele Keyhawk Distilleries inya aha wabare ka itama maka Maxwell Kofi Juma yeke ganye Kama Conference Center to ganye Kumasi mama fia huko mutumatoraka blara ka ba ya uba yoku to wagare jile ba ko ba ya la ba uba de shiba ajo do ba kana no stra choka ko de to to kuma Ewenyigba ana mabubu jejam la to pa balu ma bu ne to view ne bo la nya ba mo to ma fmo kia ba fo ju homula kontamali Ewenyigba da for ka balu yu ke ana ba to pa ganya o itu $75,000 yema guy ke uma tu perform ni nyamai yang bantu juga mako acung pun nyama mea nyapa ya bunglar kau ni dan NPP ya boleh soal kena punya
Tony tak benar ubah bima tu benar ni asal ni ubah yo yo le to kau Aku itu yang nak saya dengan ayo Keyhawk amalan dia kanya institusi saya ini Keyhawk oh ini apa Arab institusi di kasar belakang mau dulu pola entity. Keyhawk, no. Prior to 2017, Keyhawk was almost dead. It took Maxwell Kofi Juma, a new patriotic party that was an number of government to revive Keyhawk. They were cutting it out for GAPN. Keyhawk is find the basis of functioning. Maxwell Kofi Juma got to the point in time now both parties, both the Green Party government and the opposition party at that time. Once in a while they praise him, one of the acronyms he got for himself, we throw Keyhawk over politicians who be back. Because about the love for the institutional lying, we don't know how the government here must put my head up. We will reply to that extent. Fast forward, about Nolan TV, but for the dollar, it's alleged. Because court like a proof, like a be, don't be. Somewhere last year ago, I say me about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, about the 1 month I Abraham. The newspaper I know, I said it. But now I have Abraham again. Yoko, the national security guys are when you want to keys to dollars to people ransack or by the you are dealing with the old watch or go for me. Go low as no plan for you again. Dynamic communications, regional communication director, donc yes, it was condemned other individuals. It was a bad act because if you never open it, they didn't have to fear and they were going to feel about 2 weeks ago, password in Germany and said they went to pick him. He has been there. Many you want to say that fine. They are posted. Yeah, master, if my I'm a boo no. Probably team mark well. But it stands to be one man no man lack of make it up. Actually was a loss of work with me. A cacao home in Mombasa. That relativity that incident. Who bedroom that was exposed. But I didn't go away. Cacao for your yeah, not don't know how will be a farmer dog. Yeah, I feel behind your mother, the only mother tongue and only looking for and now caught me, caught see me, caught up, no, the letter be a farmer dog, and your man exist one. Because the maybe if like that can't travel okay fine. I may all quality of backbone, no, I'm young, all see. Yeah, I said, what is it? That will be which others will call it pay which is a geek. Vai, caught now, everyone had to eye, make what probably no more. You want to be hawk. I can't look at them quality because I'm a backbone or in the gun. At a court will live in a after the guy away, not court what drop like him. The court will find with very big oh no. Call a blaffer, in the game on ballot. Like a blavilla, I'm a whooping, never your number back all at all. If you feel no more, I'm a guy you know, you okay. See, we made it. If you need an investigation, they prove the CEO. Now they employ and you are aside the managing director. You don't know investigation.
CEO, managing director,
yes. Or CEO, you are the chief executive. But the managing, you are like the board, you are well but the managing director, you are the day-to-day administration of the way. The market CEO will be board chairman to that. You are good
board chairman, yeah,
board chairman, constitution, government institutions are boardless or will I make decision of the institution. That name there to be a board, a chairman, and board chairman, very master of it, man, CEO. He was a board chairman. There's an entity managing director. He manages the company, the day-to-day activities of the company. Don't give him as a CEO. He takes all the responsibilities. Investigations can happen to feel like a big master of it, solely employed and may own a benefit. That is one. Aside that, maybe master of it, Mamaga, I've looked at the investigations. But the means, the trajectory, the scope of arrest, I don't know for me. I'm going to put it. Yeah, intimidations. A job. But this issue popped out somewhere. I was on the system that says the job trophy over half my life. But Bonali is a diversionary tactics. It is much about nothing. And we know we never to what those land is to comment. That is all. It's nothing. But it's not so we for last year, don't invite now. Club, but two measures are called to be valid myself at least then about the grammar law will level enough for the community. We feel like Ghana Emily, a serving with nation, what they do, the government and the like. Not to all the marshals. About to write by the never fear him as well. Employer and law. Court yella or judgment will be fine. And for your own day, and then let you continue and don't go to court. Punishment in an anime. When you or you must look at investigations you're living in our investigations you're living in a or having your power by force. Now, okay, yes, I never got a hardened criminal. In your for a few months ago, we brought Council of State member Eto Shatawale Tomayi. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'm the sad somehow, some way the Yoko boss has gone after her. The means the process here is fraud, and it is having the dome the government. And the most really were for the order. Somehow, so with the government, people in the outside world, people who have genuine concern. I forget them because Tony, the young Tony, if you like, men are going to put into a bit in that I will be planning. And you for one or two body. Because I'm a son of all the the worst one of the why invite you and live. Never is more. We are looking for Electromagnetismo, Camila called Machas, Akla, Akla 2, I mean, for my glamour, Avatale, never landing as 7 years Ghana, if you have a lecture beyond 24 hours. Maybe a guy in court. The court now is not fine. No, I have not your bill. No passport, you know, if you look for passport, if you mama, you can't go to passport officer. This is your passport. As usual. Well, I will within the next 2 days, would have sent it. Never know to be flying, but guy, how is the investigation? You know the head of the investigations. It is just a diversionary tactics. You are aware, the Ghana to add the ones who lie, let a this is what you should be. See, and you know, most of the times you are that for you. There are pertinent issues to talk about. I'm praying you was that for you most of the times. When I want most attention to go to him, nobody will give him that the Yoko and his allies those credence anymore. We are now. We are fed on our ground. Last week now, I can't go in the new Patriotic Party. You were the special assessment analysis. And what for them to be this is the government. They owe publications about individuals, including the president. It the High Court police hierarchy develops to straight to Accra for what? And operate court, he's on day again and the dollar. That is the exact thing they are being bashed about nothing.
The Blomberry Acha le Amabu no MPP dog over show Master of Juma by your very woman. Plus, Ghana Tomo Gano Funcho Atri Califachi Chinchi Namadonala. Kai sweet that the Mubania Chachan, Babamanomi, Nayamo Bablarako, Na Barojimara Camalio. Yama Yan was Kai Makenya Kofi Jumala and Pipi Madana Yako Boy, Number Alo. Prima facie evidence at a Kamalikum. Yama Bonavella diversionary is much at about that time. Mind you, Yokoya, that for a camera of the Comica to play, equal NDC. And my they had diversionary that is going, yeah. Nanya direction that is on my marrying Kai, no can I care. But about the Yamasuracho, what was there at that time?
Can I to the Council of State member what are you now by the senior comment or actual maybe produce Kwamiga at the wanted. Kwamiga to play in this region or president Gano, Sally part of time. I mean, I wanted. You might be president also.
President man wanted. Doneshi or Baserica, I read a Grenadier Hongo, Benjamin the Gloria. I ever done.
The president who you could be for fraudulent acts. If the president ever said be, you could Council of State party for fraudulent acts. You only are moving hand in hand again. So what is the president?
No, but I said,
but I've been Council of State party. You could
but ever said,
I will pronounce now wanted. I may electing and I'm eating the bomb. I will pronounce my wanted.
You can't come up you could last week rather Yama Domola, you know, your websites, but you come got to Prejiva, Melemo.
Tony Mark-Boye Ghana.
Melemo.
You got a big way, they carry Navari, but them rebuking now. As an apple, last week, you never have to call baby. I mean, it's early this week, yeah. Since Monday also. Yeah, Emma Graham, Kwame got to play a court. But till then, even without one of your own, it's always on the social media, rebuking, lambasting Kwame got to play. To the extent Graham somewhere Monday Graham, he made a publication level on social media. Many Kwame got to play a Chilesla, he should go out publicly for any public function making. And I get to a form of Kwame got to play the John Mahama. Voters have an exact time. Maybe I may be my guy social media. What I want to tell you, maybe the acts are very, very, very unnecessary.
Yes, Nanya diversion that is so near the no woman, Comiga to play the Yamanya diversion that is so near why Yamani.
No matter that we rebuke it like someone like me. I spoke very much intensive about that story. I was the first person to call on the voter regional House of Chief to hear from them. And the next 2 days, they made a statement to that effect on one of the sister stations. Voters start to be specific. If you go in, because after that show, voters start called me that they want to have that for regional House of Chief. You can confirm from them. Can they have an necessity? And they added up to that effect.
I am a go regional House of Chief in America. I mean, I don't need Biam anybody. Regional House of Chief, Doyom Atopla is not a chief. Yes, he is a son of the soil, yes. But if there's criminal evidence against him, prosecuting, why not?
Who is it Yoko that determine criminality?
What was their job?
Good, their job is to investigate criminality. You don't pronounce somebody guilty.
No, but they have not pronounced him guilty, have they?
So why, if that be the case, no nata because investigate. Investigation, it doesn't move to the stage of deliberating personalities. It does not.
Oh, where you are wanted, you come.
Wanted half. If I don't tomorrow, if I say wanted. You said that right?
No, you are not getting what I'm saying. But where you are wanted, you go.
Don't invite them to obey. I'm
not their PR.
That is what I am telling you. I am talking as a Master Kofi be a member of my party. Don't invite him, Master Kofi to obey. You are going to see someone. That's a woman because he won't go to that silly.
Prosecutorial powers, Malaysia.
You have the prosecutorial power. That is why you go to court.
Their job is to investigate.
The first
communication officer and PR on Yoko.
Many Yoko in a Bromiloni, Master Coffee tomorrow at Bromilon.
Makawe Yapama by football. Many Yoko here.
Yeah, I will find out about you.
Makai, Juruba Dobake investigation. Many Yoko.
A year.
So they have the constitutional powers to take a warrant to do what they are doing.
If you take the warrant and you go to somebody's house, what do? You show the warrant to the person.
Perfect.
The person,
according to your communication officer.
Yes. And Master Kofi confirmed that day he was in Accra.
And there was no one in the house.
I have said here vividly, the report from our communication officer, it was published everywhere. They went to the house at the absence of Master Kofi.
But yo, Ewenyigba TV Jamile, I know my communication officer, many communication officer na Iyoko. That about you must send do to Iyoko, Bonharo. It amajiba nyashanye blowing mila on the
yes, that's a total global now. But we have given a Master Kofi to Mama Mani.
Never aponya Tana Kevia blow.
And then with the Mark-Boye B, who actions to avoid the more, it looks like avoid the more the opposition party in T. It is not the best. It is not the best. I will you go for the lawyer the more. When you 20 miles.
I'm going to directional that is so.
It is directional that is will not die. What for the death you there? A short of here, get your cooler muscle. To me, it is just to divert attention from the ECG power issue, co-issue. To me, that is how I see it.
That Ramon Achai directional malo, Marine Lamabeni.
But it's part of the government.
The government.
Oh yes, it's part of the government.
The Chamudu Kapona, the warranty of all.
If you like a warrant,
women are young, source for
the Master Kofi to Madela, baby. Your warrant fear, yella, baby, okay, like him. Kaka be a Tomala. Come on, I warrant if you can let her home. No warrant telling him. Tawola for Ablain could fine. And I have blown the communication officer for the Ashanti region. The first week entered us at absence of Master Kofi Tumala. Warrant till you were thinking, clearly, I'm not coffee or applying your till now they've not spoken about it. Until then, I said that I will sit down. They went to pick Master Kofi Tumala again.
Agba, Myakon Colon, Nyakimiko Taribanya, Amagaho Hopper, Blander, or Tony Max Kofi Tumala, you dog waker one I had. What don't go? You can a moment if you who never massing tone. Come a conference center, I told you, yeah, La Boya is a CEO. All right, so if I may meet you, only an abo who is a Joe Guaroja, Chorokito, Homaro, that a woman to a commo for some alumnum of Burapanochi, for Homam Mutracomo, Planyama, maybe ye do a Yae, if you're young.
But even that aspect,
Maho don't you be at a number trova. Yeah, I don't go.
I go. Oh, what the? Let go do it.
Oh, very much. If I don't pay them, kple to put it. Too much traditory. When you want kple.
Oh.
Then my firm. Never can my tomb. I'm not go.
That is a brother fever. I can't lay a party to point for boy hour. But the husband that didn't run fear. Koko ina tunafaga Ewenyigba nyapana pasi bani ko hiwo ntan nyane furawa wala pasi ko ko nya hoko katara gbe
bo wana chiko ku no e plolo
vai batakalo sugo itabika dada fikramo tonto wala pasi ko wa busielo weto fira
Wayire vola to gbo ye mo no chika ko mo pon jeje
vola chika no ple na zama Fiva nana kama furaga nao mashama nazi
nyapa toto wala toto fita itanye za vola chika nyato matoro ha woza vola chika fufu jijila ama
this vola piki vola baby
ma una yira vola to ona una masa
Vola pachika la chike drapo kata alo gado pa doyopa mele akblawu wojango St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church atututu le hoa apola old fashioned le akwe kala hwahwea gada wojile agodoma Yellow House Street wojango local restaurant atututu opa dopo la hudi gba ochogba chongdiga adrekla afaba dashina fiega aton kala mamli dagba wa oja dogoma ndiga andrekla afa adashina ndogawi efe pokana vola le 0244 512 1452
vola
Nina nemi ayi vola eba senta afima mi apota yo la nyadeba vola efi valo akululi le fuda now alele le fuda now Tomaru le fuda now achi de padaka ofuto makata mele to wonyi de wa eti makolo no ba na ile vola eba senta ikele jengo applaud Victoria Park afima na kodo wotu akame wa ofuto wofuka ome ofuka matutu dokada vola heba center Dr. Prosper Debeneba na kodo come on vola
kadon kwajiba vola pachika monyuna funo nyonu yo no nama vikle de fio mo hopo ye fo
Ago. Oh, what the? Let go, Joy.
Oh, very ma. Ibara kwela mlomo, keke tupoi. Tanya tuma traditoy. Ubonye wamza kple.
Oh.
Nenuma fam. Nema tatuma tumu. Kama nochiko. Oh,
Dari nabi Abraham fi baraka inele ya pati ke tukwane gbogbo ya wa. Base hasbena didile nuna mfia. Koko ina duna fa gare wonye ya nya pono pasi bani ko hi wontan nya nfura wa. Bola pasi ko nya koko katara gbe.
Bo. Mano chiko ku no e plolo.
Vai batakanyo sugo itabi gada de sikremon tonto. Bola pati ke wa busielo weto fira.
Mayire vola to gbo ye no chika ko mokpong jeje
vola chika no ple na zama fiva na kama furaga nawo mashama nazi
miapa toto wala toto fita itanye za vola chika miato motoro ha woza vola chika fufu jijila ama
This vola piki.
Yeah.
Vola baby.
Ma una yura vola to ona una masa.
vola pachika la chike drapo kata alo gado pa doyopa mele akblawu wojango St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church atututu le hoa apola old fashioned le akwe kala hwahwea gada wojile agodoma Yellow House Street wojango local restaurant atututu opa dopo la hudi gba ochogba chongdiga adrekla afaba dashina fiega aton kala mamli dagba wa oja dogoma ndiga andrekla afa adashina ndogawi efe pokana vola le 0244 512 1452
vola
Nina nemi ayi vola eba senta afima mi apota yo la nyadeba vola efi valo akululi le fuda now alele le fuda now Tomaru le fuda now achi de padaka ofuto makata mele to wonyi de wa eti makolo no ba na ile vola heba center ikele jengo applaud Victoria Park afima na kodo wotu akame wa ofuto wofuka ome ofuka matutu dokada vola heba center Dr. Prosper Debeneba na kodo come on
kadon kwajiba vola pachika monyuna funo nyonu yo no nama vikle de fio mo hopo ye fo
Ago. Oh, what the? Let go, Joy.
Oh, very ma. Ibara kwela mlomo, keke tupoi. Tanya Duma Traditoy, Ewenyigba kple. Nenga fam. Nema katanga tu. Manachiko.
Dari nabi Abraham fi baraka inele ya pati ke tipanya gbogbo ya wa. Base hagbena di dile nuna mfia. Koko ina duna fa gare wonye ya nya pa no pasi bani ko hi wonton nya nfura wa. Bola pasi ko nya koko katara ge.
Bo. Manachiko ku.
Vai batakalo subo itabi gada de fikremon tonto. Bola pati ke wa busielo wetofina.
Mayire vola to gbo. Ye no chika ko mokpong jeje.
Vola chika no ple. Na zama fiva nana kama furaga nawo. Mashama nazi.
Miapa to do wala to fita. Ita nyeza vola chika. Miato matoro ha. Woza vola chika fufu jijila ama.
This Vola Piki.
Yeah.
Vola baby.
Mauna yura vola to. Onaula masa.
Vola pachika wala chika drapo kata alo gado pa doyo pa mele akblawu wojango St. Peter and Paul Catholic Church atututu le hoa apola old fashioned le akwe kala hwahwe gada woji le agodoma Yellow House Street wojango local restaurant atututu opa dopo le hudi gba ochogba chongdiga adrekla afaba dashina fiega aton kala mamli dagba wa oja dogoma ndiga andrekla afa adashina ndogawi efe pokana vola le 0244 512 1452
Vola nemi ayi vola eba senta afima mi apoto yola nyadeba vola efi valo akuluri le fuda now alele le fuda now domaru le fuda now achite padaka ufuto makata mele to wonyi de wa eti ma klono ba na ile vola eba senta ikele jengo aplau Victoria Park afima akodo wotu akame wakpo futo wofuka ome wofuka tutu dokada vola heba center Dr. Prosper Debeneba akodo come on vola
kadon kwajiba vola pachika munyuna funo nyonu yo no nama vikle de fio mo hopo ye fo
Ago. Oh, what is? Let go, Joy.
Oh, very much. Bara kwela mlomo keke dupoye. Tanya Duma Traditoy. Ewenyigba kple.
Oh.
Nenga fam. Nema katanga tu. Manachiko.
Dari nabi Abraham fi baraka inele ya pati ke tipanya gbogbo ya wa. Base hagbena di dile nuna mfia. Koko ina duna fa gare wonye ya nya pa no pasi bani ko hi wonton nya nfura wa. Bola pasi ko nya koko katara ge.
Yo, mi apa bola kamu sube mi agare mi agare mo la kamu juju ke kamu ko ka chi mo ele ke ko na na si si ko e ka mo ko juju ele ke mo zo
yo ako na ro lu mo ba kren bi lo ba chumi na mo chi na ba ni do be ta ito sorry de na ko ba
wo nya chi mo ko minister to ko na ya ya le ko to key hub distiller where pam dai urle ike chi mo juju na ya na so ke
yo abe itu bene nicola da be insegnare o montare le basi be io insegnate tu betu bene di sitopati ya from ya be MC MP kple ja Mr. be ya le doji be da ko be joche la ya be di builder ya be president eba Volta region if I dey south la kuba inspect project of LG especially the sea defense project of Ekito Obaya and you sure being the nation builder and being the visionary president of Ewonya I make sure Domalawa will be Kokia Ilefma in Taga was elephant and Yatoa Atasi, the Akogaka. Yes, so we got Benya, this particular term of JDMR. We have to make a reset, and it's a legacy term. And then we have to make every money, every flow, I'm a misappropriator. We have to go after search people. I make sure that we retrieve the gamma of the day who misappropriate. Then we have to call the Gihoka. For a while, we know, and I'll say, even the leader, Nyanto Kufijima, Juma, he said, comment to Ogede. This employees who all the open Gede, Chumbele, call it about manager, manage it up. Ever tend to pay into family business, split away, like claim some kind of ownership authority, and a very high do give up the to cover the or pay up any no than personal business will handle anyhow. This is I risk this is ever questionable contract we did it. And when contract okay there the all who inflate amount of it away. That you who are risk who are there who never accounts for contracts or who award questionable contracts or who award never account for them. But like who Samia Bekaya Katwe without necessarily I improve upon the activities and the work of Gihoka out. Because under everything and people Gihok Eka Babiti, Chole Kihu Leaku Vakwe, Cho Tanki who Chole Gihoka, never the new MD Eva Gihok, Eva be appointed Gihoka. Because they were at the point, and even that is why we have a president of Boprobe, there's no way, let me attract Peteshi, Henia Mifel on a program. Because yes, Akpeteshi, I know that dry gin this product only in high demand and is used for a lot of things. Gake Gihoka under the previous administration have a loss of sugar. So over the period, everybody mismanaged the bar. Now, even at a point where staff will not complaining, then you open looking door, you open car door allowance, yes, at the point cross at the demonstration and to Koyamidi. Kofi Jumaba no radio G TV, even any of them hit venture, he get a demonstration, Mamela, or Yanyamie, the Dome Gedi, with that authority. Meanwhile, Colossa, Copa Association, a local union. I cannot get it. So that is the level of entitlement of football. So for me, the arrest, me have to me play. Then whatever that happens, at the end of the day, and yabo yabuji. That is when you'll be worried. Evidence are low and talking blood the reasons for the arrest are about questionable contracts.
You must a contract, you must say about Edger Guaro, Choga, Tato, Roki, Park, Otokume. Formaro, that Dome, no, current arrest for Yamila. A farmer, that Dome of War, good on half more. I was that have $75,000 in my booming coach over there.
Yes, so and aside Emma, he check in the Seaka Colomel, the Copedo.
I must some topic 5 minutes.
Okay, yes, Emma. I check in the aside Pennsylvania, the Casebe, a questionable contract way. Actually, will dispose of company properties way.
So,
Our questionable contract way. What our questionable contract way. So some of them inflated and Edlek will dispose of company properties which are actually questionable. And then happy with so for me, 3 nuclear Messebeya in Taole Arresi. Kake maybe make my is one of them, but I'm talking say aside the disposal of company properties unlawfully breaching the law in regards to how to dispose of properties, or company by assets were fine. And then award of contracts were like co-managing. So these are 3 things. So for me, that is Yamese. That for me, a good thing ever, yes, whatever evidence, who are presenting and make one different look at different, then the law takes its course. Actually, it's not even one, then you'll be allowed to go free. Then the states will have to deal with him. Because maybe yes, a camera to come. And here Gavide will call out better than you make sure that you are saying
and we have a asset which at least government and company organizations who buy down the so properties only. So you know how to because there was a time in this country, ministers the metro mass, or 2,800 cities. In this country, a guy who had metro mass whole bus, engine 500 Ghana cities, play 2,000 cities. And that's what happened. So a lot happened under GIHOC. I'm very sure we diverse in the more revelations whatever maybe subsequent days were and can let me discuss this issue comprehensively.
All right, so the arrest for Mark-Boye join you, sir. Maxwell Kofi, former managing director of GIHOC Distilleries Company, has been arrested by Yoko. The arrest followed a raid on his private residence in Kumasi last week. Sources at Yoko indicate that he was picked up on Tuesday and is currently in the custody of the agency. The individuals familiar with the development say the arrest, these are the things that meant this is not proper news reporting. Joy. Individuals familiar with the development say that the arrest is part of a wider investigation into suggested breaches of public financial management protocols, with investigators seeking to establish how some official resources were administered under his leadership. All this thing does not amount to anything solid legal communication or accounting communication for me. You have to interview so please, let's throw this story somewhere and let's continue. Honorable just 1 minute.
And then I want to just clarify something. GIHOC between 2017, 2024, that is the period here GIHOC has become very viable, an asset to this state. These are facts. But the GIHOC, it was almost dead prior to 2017. See, it took Master Kofi Juma, the GIHOC now will have to extend its export productions. See, I'm not really going to invite you. Now, GIHOC has become very attractive. This government can be, they will go into it and look into its books. One thing maybe, GIHOC may declare financial because it's a state-owned institution. That it took another government, as well as our women, let's state individuals want to have their shares in it. Do you understand? See, we can go into the details of the matter. Let's meditate it. What I am saying is, let us invite. All right. Let's go. Because my family, we cannot talk about make effective on the money. But what I forget now, the mishandling of the personality.
All right. Finance Minister welcomes IMF team for 6th review, cites economic gains and job concerns. IMF Finance Minister Dr. Kasila Tofosen has described Ghana's program with the International Monetary Fund as a success, citing economic stabilization, restored credibility as key achievements ahead of crucial review of the arrangement. I am a figure Gago ha Ghana. Amuka Lemabella Udo Buddha, Bonobai, Kasila Tofos and Bochakabai, Unotapogoma. Kasila Tofos and Bokumba, Kachacha Kamamilifia, you can have a several of to Mochuka over choke and car, for several Rukove and Nabe Fifia to Copper Ganyao, Nuyum, Fifia, Ntonia Permanent for a year. I can't chat with the playing so with you. So in the Facebook post on Wednesday, April 29, marking the start of the 6th review of Ghana's program under the Extended Credit Facility, Dr. Foster said the country's journey from the 2022 economic crisis to the current stage reflects a long, demanding, but ultimately transformative partnership with the fund. Consider the young individual. About 2022, Ghana, where the Kokere, Kakuyarum, he cannot be right to Gaio. Da true, a Maima Vaserifia, yo, but you bomb. This reflects a long, demanding, but ultimately transformative partnership since 2022. So I want to interrogate. 2022, the economic crisis, the car. Ghana, to Ghana, Ghana, to buy in 2022. Why is Cassiel mentioning 2022? In 2022. Number two, your is a transformative journey. I have 2022 as a review. Professor Ghana 2024 or 2023, Ghana 2025 or 2024, 2026 and 2025. So Nella Lagade, Jidu Reka, Ataho Kafuka Tania. Allo, I am of secular do you get some me now more ye malakara. These are technical issues about this to explore. But I can't Elika.
The idea of commenting about GitHub profitability, clearly he will take over. As of 2016, GitHub made a profit of about 660,000 Ghana cedis in this country under the NDC. Fast forward 2022, GitHub made a loss of about 25.1 million Ghana cedis. 2023 financial year, GitHub made a loss of about 25.1 million Ghana cedis. 2024 audit report had a pending review. Me check graphic.com or present Fatima. So it's not true. But under management of Ameya, GitHub can make profit and make this kind of big blog. No. Graphic.com, they lost 2022, 2023. Audit report for 2024, and then out directly call it loss is lower. So it's not true. Now going forward, yes, me happened to me now in 2022. What happened? Immediately Ameya take over. With the economic risk overtake over. They were in opposition 2016 la. Anything about borrowing la to them is a non-starter. Anything about borrowing and loan la, or for them being how educated they are, play with the economic with a solid team borrowing many should now. At a point, as a if governance is all about borrowing, if a vehicle is near high school, atom the president in Ghana, atom manage Ghana economy. So fast forward, we gave it to them. Oh, Ghana Toba, or Soba like at the cargo, my pay economic risk about me. Have a savior. Yeah, take over. Over take over 2018, 2019. Excessive borrowing. All the borrowing as if there's no tomorrow. And at that time, these same people were on air there, a government, a JDM going to IMF for policy credibility. Ofonucho was seminar at Chassis, Central University, Ghana top believe okay, but when they came, IMF renew for excessive borrowing.
No,
from 2017.
When you Ghana to our own, I'm send a message when you share that international in 2022. I know that where okay,
I bet Enuka told him number of photo. And you let me have a 2017, 2018, Kaka 2019, cover as means Doga. Tamito Gakakabado 20 by 2022 la the Imatoka Togale from the World Market to if you the government then find me now other financial grading agencies which are downgrade me. Tamia economy ever get a junk status me because government had default on payment way. Some of the loans were default in payment. At a point, even me investors, US, some big companies, no. Like at the point when you check news, Ghana government is in default of open investment. Government was not even method or a gamma. The borrowing was one. Now, we downgrade me. So investors will because of the economy is in junk. Why would they invest in an economy in that state? Now, aside that corruption, if you have the least money ever to come and and aside that, economy, why should I don't know investing in a project there's no within a short period of time. One profitable example, one district, one factory. I help create more jobs. Yes, as we speak, from scratch. No, meanwhile, one district, one factory. I want to put a loan war. A dollar, bam, 50k. Make our feasibility study and make our at that kind of analysis. Okay, then you have to factory there, Jolo. You have to start factory there, Jolo. They, Jolo, they area, but they know the cassava produce so much. That when you have to factory there within a year, like you have to cassava here, no factory supply them about no for maybe maybe probably you have to factory la. You have to recruit farmer, you have now more tagble. You have to supply me my factory and no farmer idle for 2 years. Ne cassava about ready. That if you have a policy choice or plan programs only, it's just solidarity. That me have loan so much the one district one factory. That me have to start factory there Jolo. Echipota me the Ketusa back me aware. Sick the young me by guy up the loans where you need to be paying the loans, but me by look at the God there. I'm a profit they can generate. When I can generate back now, I got a loan and pay. That why would a government you solid team ya manage economy? Look at what venture lefima. Ochoba hollow the Palugu Dam. Then you want Palugu Dam day and all year round farming. Tomatoes production energy. Let me a Ghana they cannot depending on Burkina Faso for tomatoes plate or ya Palugu Dam. I make your feasibility studies are over another opium $2 million. $2 million then fake a Palugu Dam. The same people loan. Okay, you have one village, one dam. Or you have the dugout when you're Gamatasis Nado, the Babette dry, Nanakabelio. Meanwhile, me have a gun alone. Yao for command to me. Tanaya for loan, they call a new yam as you may went to individual, ya went to about for loan, and a content business alone. We have a normal profit they get generated. Look at our now. If you can work a country, I call loan a service. Oh my God! At the end of the day, if you ever make it all manage the economy in that time, anytime can afford that or load data bank la commission pay. That end of borrowing spree because at the end of the day, never salary head out every month. Yeah, Joe, ever a low holiday fee. At the end of the day, affordability value.
Come here, now affordability value. Onyeba dako do vivifu yena yaba ganyao o japopo le 2022 made nkena mi guide IMF ko o ga do Ghana mi ala ba do ba affordability menu o komere blanke na fi IMF ga do
no be affordability na mi so lo ntete me na mi esi be wa ko do ga
e bia ba ko kwa le ndo aga kwa
aha ko ko le o me ke ko ko chefo e bia be de ona we lese bele ele do wa ya o be salary alo
e bi sa go la e du fa go ta mo da te kai
ko da le kai ko na o And then you are clear. Yeah, Tamil Bobrobedi. No, Sicily. Oh, no, we are with Tennessee Stone. But also, no, the government is all about borrowing. If you get a senior high school, after the president of Ghana. Only to me, IMF.
Stop it. Menyabiamu bedi. Lodo gagle. Fifia. Ntakama galo uncho do gaode. Nkena fiwo yi IMF bonya keyo. Nkena fiwo IMF boye IMF. Hold on. Misi IMF misi babia. Ufa miya parano. Ulang miya yo IMF tu kwa tu ko ha bolo ye ka dona kana me ka do ka ga wu oroa
IMF yani ya cho ga ti o le profit wole ta ya du ko ga ma ele no ko na re o lo be loan ye do ko be loan ko support to economy ta wa pay we back mucho mi se ne IMF
na do nya me be ri e be ga ti mo ho le ye ta na do na nya o ti le ti po ba e ma ba nya me kira fu ga do ne tu ko ye le chance ti to tu ko ye ba tu ka na fu ga do
on gallery tu ko ba men ka ke no me tu no chere ke tu ko me fere ku ka ba le ke wa ko wo ka no one of other video I go back to us they check last week it's very graphic everyone and everybody IMF to be country rep ebe ele ato force in encourage when they assess the 50 billion US dollars fund because Ghana
if you me Suameri on the gado do me. In Kenya fi IMF mission man to do garami o don ga 30 so ba deni e bon alova bo. Kaina ma ko ti me na no terra fana do some straight line.
Yes, IMF even though me have to call a junk status. O problem no e ma no aka me have to kaka ya che o have that responsibility you che ma do kai ako support economy be ko ba le GV that once in me agreed what on a postpone
okay can we talk about tavia ato force bo mo do garami 2022 e go du ko ganya kaka na ela be ma mpum na media lo ma mpum na nya kaka lo ma radio ji lo ma TV ji lo ma nya campaign o mo mpum na technocrats o yo go blo meta ko ko ganya o cha kaka na 2022 ba se fia that any transformative partnership me bien belle elle me ma be du ko gagnon de kakare me 2022
ape be e bia ba bia ato force na enemy ape finance minister ta e bi ne ho globe du ko be gagnon de kakare me if you are at a point nuke ta he nuke ta ko ni am fu ele kakare me this just haircut in talking ta ante ame ya ho bolu kakaka economy e bari ya be the last resort in the president o be gara you want to jinawe ta overcut corner the way nata be that kind of pressure he noji economy no bad haircut la uno glo be play main role meanwhile from independence president de kebe na haircut pensioner de kepo
ta be bo se economic policy ma ko na mo kareme
yes
ta me bien be LM be mo je kakakere 2022 e ao
finance minister
o jire la dey court today o lo be e ao ke ede ko me da ko so ka ta nka pro me LM
o be finance minister be si be ka
ya LM
finance minister be LM be je ko me fide ga ke enu ke ta e je ma lo be Ejema gobe maybe baba jobe e gobe le kakaka de fifere bele ona to come and do pef ona mi haircut be na yo books we dey look good and that time check IMF check aleme ame ya hold to me the opposition kakaka be IMF me
oh my gosh I want to say back gobe le fifia economy discussing do okay ta eleme be Koba Ghana, very last question to you. 1 minute. Last question. Yeah, Tanel Alekare Jiru Reka. Adem aho kafu kata na mare zeheka na mare bebe video jireki o ke ya chona me o ke amawo do horokisho peshineso bebe dayo ke okhano baton o be chuke do bla bla to o azana no hu o karamebe na ya kata bale na gbom o cat corner o kata o lemebe ke jireka atande ma kafu
that is called that every government ever actually I went to solution to cover the no let call it that yes maybe do amaneche wale epe gbele culturally gbogbo
ta fe wa mo cat corner o cat corner dem ya ji gbe afi mi han mi ba wo dem do mi jo
aba continue e fi ke o pobe o wo gbele le a asro mi na to no fafa
comments. Good morning to Tony Mark-Boye as well. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. 1TGH Akins go and ask Togodo Makba that whilst he was shouting and they came to power, did they know him? 1TGH Akins. All right, thank you for a message. Christian Adabo, good morning, great job. Okay, that's fine for a message. Don, congratulations. Thank you for that message. Okay, Tina. Okay, one man's stomach. All our public talks, 1TGH. All right, thank you for your message. Message of Abam so far. Yeah. Alaba, but you may have sent to Bentota, Medobano. Kuma me akosem cho fodo me Medobano ha. Keep your comments coming. Honorable Matron Yita. Question number 2 Abiama. Nkai ba elemabe du ko ga nyon fofo. 2022 ala unya manga mala kasela to force play. Number 2 kai yo gara I am the program in 2022 elemabe du ko ga nyon chakara mebe. Nukai na mototo na we dem in 2022. Kana la le kare Jureka atema ko kafuka kwa.
Yo Tony Mark-Boye. Premier to visit oya adefe. Yo ko le Ghana to blomi. No va Ghana to ko. Enya yo blo ne Ghana to. Eto do for buy do. International community so na yo blo. Because by me account e ke wa to force me. Menya mo IMF. Aside that, IMF, we have policy here to enforce the house of Sola. And I'm not going to blame. Never gonna talk away, but not overall. Everyone day is now also problem. Many data to do if government here. Nothing illegal, no government, any government here. A gako tuo, no doga upon your cogaco way. No matter van nine, yet a slow should be done. Then a gado doko, you the village see that time president. You remember, probably a gagato do. I can't do that. 2017, no, but if you got for Marcos. Ghana forgot about it. Ghana forgot about this and say, guy or three. Ghana for your cock away. We put free stations. We put plans for food and job. We put infrastructure development. A God mountain divided in 2017. Can I be one year the no proud to let you know I do president. I do 5 years like president. Government you want to name you to I provide Dogo technical class. How much you to force in Ghana to be? You do 71 billion. Look at your high order.
All right, 1T message you don't even know what to say, bro. I do that like but you wanna don't I want us to know. I got my message about our mentality involved as making us not to develop, bro. Stop and focus. Missy, Missa Pama, Abamia, what at all, Alec Sula, but maybe the head, oh, Kakemi Katamisa. That 1 today, Macabron, you don't even know what to say. You don't know what you're talking about. I mean, you don't know what to say. I don't want to go to so want to do that thing for me. That's why.
At the NPP guy first year 2017, we saw what they used. We were and I talk about 2017 people got 2018 it is fact that Ghana some of them be prior to 2019 Ghana was moving in a good state. Your COVID hit me. Russia, Ukraine, work a 5 billion people Fabia by head Jota, Napa now Ghana, Napa Ghana, Napa Minara, Abama could go to Ghana and Ema.
Russia, Ukraine.
That's a problem. And then you write Israel, probably. And then you write Israel, probably.
Okay, one thing don't forget. One thing message you see, you are here to achieve something. I can name you only have a viewers on that pomo. I don't know tell them you go. One thing the man in Daba. Get Daba. Okay, all right, thank you. One thing for a message, I appreciate that. Over you don't even know what to say.
You understand? Proud to be very I think it's clear people to 71 billion. Don't billion. Nothing to show off. Yes, we all get the salaries.
You're billion man.
You come
and view the
yes, you come and view the academy. I'm going to buy auto first year. I can implement free education. I can implement the platform for the job. Do first year 171 billion. Nothing to show your be. You got the salary, you're beautiful. And we are here talking about being a government doer. It is fact. Made from 2020 to 2023 IMF. What we can do is never have no right from then checking from 2020 to 2023, the figures were improving. No matter the IMF as far as March, April 2024, who projected the Ghana's economy will improve to this level. And IMF the improvements started from 2022. Maybe 2026, maybe the over zero. Can over back to and to hear by the finance minister, he started improving from after 2022. 2023, very mania. 2024, very mania. And then if you check our figures, it started improving. I don't know if politics, but then necessarily politics. If you're gonna want more, if you're gonna politics, frontline politics. That is what must be done. And then be IMF policy so money. Let's say you talk your way. Open IMF your money, You want to hold that to one. Can you know you still we're doing recruitment, we're doing employment, we're taking people into jobs. Story yesterday which you're for forever. In there, 2 force in day, your target by the day, your attack of quality. Because I'm not going to let this guy. But the good fun and employment it is risky, it is deadly. Because we can have for a whole year, 2025, 2020, the whole of 2025, more nurse the cow, more teacher the cow, more police service the cow, more immigration the cow. And you go my journey here about 8 months still process the million process. It is that much of all. But just one recruitment, 7 8 months still process.
Yeah, despite the gains of that, forcing caution against complacency, wanting to use unemployment as a major unresolved challenge. He warned that failure to create opportunities for youth could place unsustainable pressure on the state, and I'll quote him, "Our path forward is deliberate," he said, stressing the need to translate macroeconomic stability into increased investment operation. You cannot back Nyamai economy diagram, but two over being but you can't dynamic to what dream up, but and who in a soil name what dying among Bonafiaruga, Gonya, Da Ejaboyo Java, Abu, the way IMF conditionality is a simple rod when you book a home of the Kodare Jiru, Dopa, but I'm not who I don't know what I am with the failure but conditionality the kind the clearance medalline alega kuchakuna planet you do what sometimes warrior medalline kaka but the siadi amala the siadi amala retirement amala the siadi amala resigning voluntary mumai ngata at least they can you I never go to a crowd. I can for a whole year. In money. This is what you promise this shall be done. We promise this shall be for 50,000. 50 maybe I got behind. Maybe I want to know 7,000. 6 minutes per hour.
7,000. Yeah, from 2027, 2017, but that's 2024. At least every year, got the previous government that will be the whole year. I'm going to come. And I'm the city is stable. City is stable. People that have the map plans will be like the shishi. You are coming that also good. And I have van. Oh, but I what are you doing? Say, oh, wanted to go, Ghana to go. No one is here. You're going from 20 to 23. You will not buy any report of you will not say what you want to have. What is this? You can't anybody. Not very now. You told me this is the last trench. Come on, this is the last number of 4 tranches school. They are coming to do the whole and this is the last one they are coming to do. They will exit IMF. Come here, all the Timala. And I was like, now it feels like IMF conditionalities. You tell me the Ghana feel all the time. A whole year you have the cow. Teach you how to play football. Next is what I'm teach you how to play football. And the boy, oh, 50 man. No, I'm blocker. 50 man, I want to write you what I have done. As a number one, every day. At force, if you have And you are all where you imagine 2025 year Ghana economy almost Ghana economy half in the society. Dahe, Ale, Colombia society. Please, the IMF be the government who goes so 12. Capture for the seller, now moderately. Yakemina do Ghana view for the Cabo 2025. No Ghana fear hand before what's some of you will be again. Tony Mark-Boye 2024 at least about 9,000 t-shirts.
All right, messages.
At least about 12,000 nurses.
Agents.
That's for recruitment. Even when you come back, we see that MPP talk. Wow, recruitment have like a mass. No recruitment have like a mass. Ghana view ko ni ma ko to.
Ghana view chofiga.
O to Ghana view.
Ah.
Except
the role of dog. No, we don't All right, Akins, my two brothers all benefited from free senior high school. The first one is at UHAS, and the second one at the University of Liverpool. You see, MPP has made it possible for me and my family. All right, thank you for that message. All right, I will respond quickly, and we'll go to Miaso and Malongo.
Yes, après the nam mon poka ba respond quickly. No video ko comments and most of them are fabricated. Most of them are no support. They check, but there's no support. Now they can point now verify. And that MPP, one of global recruitment, they are not IMF one. Does that mean the IMF program over inheritedly who may have continuity on recruitment one? When you check 2022, there was complete pause on recruitment under IMF under NPP. Program 2022, there were pauses in recruitment into the public sector. Check. These are facts you can check. So check. So no, is it not the same conditionality on recruitment? Inheritance. So if you knew that NDC IMF program, why didn't you terminate it or stop you and inherit the same program you were implementing it? At the end of the day, maybe our recruitment exam, I call about recruiting. Many of them were announced publicly and more show interest or no. That is all you did in the teacher training college 2022. This year, whole portal I have register. And 2022, if you are recruiting, why is it that by trained teacher, if you instead me have a Ghanaian language, you have specialized, which we need in most of our schools in water region. And this year, however. So what are we saying? Unless maybe there are less than tomorrow. Yeah, I'm no one on your brother say. But here tomorrow, you know. So in the recruitment, let us see.
Tony,
recruitment, let us see.
That's 2022. Police service, graphic online.
Recruitment, let us see. Also government. Recruitment, let us see. Recruitment, let us see. Because every government security service now, they want it. V. Every sector want it. Tell me, I tell me, family, they want me to V. That is fine. Oh, my brother government, they can find another to one. Every safe recruitment. Oh, man, now recruitment of nurses for teacher, a police service, even go cut off the new way. Is it not 20,000 new recruit for the security services? Yeah, I better recruit. I don't extend to 20,000. No, how many people are recruiting? 5,000. Yeah, but no extend to 20,000. I don't know extend to 20,000. That's the whole of it. I don't know extend to 20,000 now. So that is it. 20,000 left per camera. And then no, and then we increase now, why increasing over there maybe.
So 5,000 per year, 5,000.
I will calculate if you are ready. The 5,000, if you looking at the cost,
you have 4 years. 5,000 last year, 5,000 this year, 5,000 next year, and 5,000 in the election year. It is an IMF issue and it's political talk. Please, I beg you.
So the fact is the increase to 20,000. So very fine. I'm only training. People have started training. All training. I'm only training. That's Ghana. I think that's fire system. I went there the last time. Almost that. Okay, that's our comments very soon. So we are doing our best. We are recruitment one. We talk EPA no problem. When the EPA, let's check EPA. Okay, just this year they recruited about 2,300 people because you expand your offices were built. So look at that. Even DVLA, many of the DVLA offices were around. Now, previously DVLA office they can evacuate. When you go around, there are DVLA offices around. Everybody will need people to work there. That is how we create job opportunities, employment. At the end of the day, these offices are able to generate revenue to pay those staff and other overheads. That is what we are doing. That is what the government is doing. Aside the government, the government alone are not going to create employment. They are not able. You are empowered to come everywhere. They are to create, open door, and recruit and work. You are not a government versus Sunday. You are called a Jumara cover. And the Jumara beneficiaries or what told him just last week, I'm an Ohoga, about 50,000, somebody I knew, 50,000 to invest in a business. And I'm more employment. And by so doing that, create job opportunity number one. Aside that, maybe 1 million coders job. Minya look at AI or if in this in the economy, AI now, no job you'll be left behind. So we need a lot of coders, coding, programming, we need it. So for me, I want to participate because I see job opportunities online, only a software, coding, pre-marketing, yes, which I can equally take part in. At the end of the day, if I finish the training, I'm a creator, the office, I'm going to employ 1 or 2 people. By so doing, I'm creating job. So 1 million coders program is happening, which will create job for a lot of people. Give me another day. A lot of me have dependence on government. Then they create jobs. Now me already.
One district, one factory, and then you No, 24 hours. Look at job. Everyone to practice for food job. Practice for food job. Then no 24 hours. Then practice for food job was require. Why would you not depending on a Burkina Faso? One is one factor. If planting for food, sorry, why as a country we are kind of relying so much on Burkina for tomatoes?
You 1 year, 2 years here, and the next day, you have a plan for food and job lab to still have tomatoes in stock.
No, but if you are doing tomato production, and then you introduce all year round farm. All year round farm. That policy is very 25. No, let me finish. Tomatoes are the planting for food and job. This is all year farming. Tomatoes matter. Let me harvest it. I can continue. So it will be all year farming because you have irrigation facilities only. So it should be all year. So if the policy has been good, like even now that we should have tomatoes production farms happening, going on.
But we study. It's that argument you are making.
So if you have the policy that we just wasted our money, who wasted our money, and then you take out,
Kevin was 2024. That's the Ghana offer today. Burkina Faso be up to your border. This year, that's the Ghana dollar if I be on this one.
Did you hear that? So Ghana dollar if I because maybe time I have been no private look at terrorist activities. No, why Burkina Faso you are Ghana? Every time I'm going to force maybe at your time there wasn't anything like that. Yes. Okay, football, you sufficient tomatoes. No, do you know why?
Tomatoes, you can do 3 crops, 3 plants in a year. For you to know that tomatoes was not a problem means that 2024, tomato dealers never cried that there was no tomatoes.
No, it is because it is because when you are getting the tomatoes from there was regular supply. There's no way no, there's no way. There's one to support the Burkina Faso. Always dealers of the tomatoes. At the end of the day, now dealers are the tomatoes say the upper west sell the lovely region. Over variety menu. Yata you relying on Burkina Faso because they import the last now. So as a Greek minister, then they are planting for food and job. You should reset the variety.
Yeah, that is why.
So what did you do?
That
You didn't do anything. You wasted our money.
Ghanaians work.
At the end of the day, they work. What is the policy? What if the policy has been good? Then by now, we shouldn't be even relying on.
Let me give you one.
We shouldn't be the highest importer of tomato paste. We shouldn't be the highest importer of rice into this country. You're planting for food and job here like target. Then you banana. So it shouldn't be.
We are in the voter region. Get this today. If you think I am lying, test my integrity. Interview the regular data from 2020 to 2024. Voters have been the leading rice producer in the country for planting for food and job. Interview him and come and prove me wrong on live TV. Tony. He's called Mr. Jamisi. He's just here.
All right.
So for the benefit of
John Dramani Mahama visits whomever in the Volta region to inspect the extent of damage caused by the sea. Juga pula John Dramani Mahama no whomever the choice or nkai yang berbelum juga ijrafma aja buka football paramo nama mo butamlong leto arong kunci bayi ya lah kabaji bayi apa mereka belajar boleh ya miapa honorable minister James Gunu bam lo fuma lemu ala be aja buka ramo mo butamlong ufa kunyi blue mlo butamlio juga pula bayi fuma baca ala be apung apa energi jodoh ya dengan apa siapa ciba ada pergi siapa siapa mahu nyaramu apa mangrove namanya apa mangkono ikannya ngok kabar nodong ngok kata anak wajib mau nyara kabar kama malu miha yoi no apa miha no ba $150 million ini gaza gola kot gua bu ala tu pora siapa ciba mengano nyaramu ucap apa ya wong mafia tombit sire toliago do bane ala roger tapi sih tak ada ala ani yang masih berbuat de cola be ko cona ya meu gram gato to ang pajia oh vive chofma vai acabar de bakol ke tono ime namanya ke atrojong maka alikan ai malmiasho unity atau kuna gamala lake na bo pokola foyo obefia ya lo shi manya lo shiru le jongo na ba twa gora cha kwanchi o ka kemyo hamia do na chio alika
akpere nyama tanu ko abere le kunya ne mpete akake makoko debi
5 minutes
akpe yes within 5 minutes
so mo gbe bizon yo ma so 5 minutes 9:40 on the screen
you are checking out tanya tepi enye bedi ya be government we were talking and we are still doing it now me the farmer service centers were established ready make am ready attack ready ato ifima agbrede there create na job opportunities create na employment opportunities somewhere that these farmer service centers were government establishing the help there to come and view what that create job and employment opportunities there amwe aside that government can other options other avenues to explore yeah motivate to come and view ready me out me abanya employers when never no come here employees for no that is the idea every country has developed all over the world now me rely so much on
government 24 hours economy
government and create job opportunities somewhere and that is why when you are going around we are having some even 24-hour market centers and things with idea there are some of like a whole like this if we are able to create a 24-hour market center in Wo where at least the market is not closing maybe yeah because even like the station
the market are close but
the station around 12 the last time Uncle Accra station around 12 a.m. you know from and only at that time No, maybe I'm all at that time now. Yeah, but only about there was nothing. Remember, at that time, by way 24-hour market at 12 a.m. at least I come happening. So it's a good name of value. I come in name of value. And not I defaulting in payment of a gas supply before. Now, when energy minister, and very emphatically, we are current on me bill payment. Unlike I'm the whole live so much. That day, no never government. Yes, I know the
Togo, you are too warmed up. Honorable Matrongo. Jimoya Pipman, Benevia, Tony,
2022. There was a standstill. We recruited for police 5,000 persons. Every year from 2017 to 2024, every year. Government is recruitment. The government decided about 2025 recruitment can be. Yes, it is good the government decided to create government and business to drive. But the business will drive. No one can your 24-hour economy, it will drive. Let it young Kalenya.
Your comments said Achube, the kind of sea defense taking place in those areas are not the best. So should rethink of doing things right. Tony, I appreciate your message. Please, no matter of we are in prime time. Hotline +233-242-670-773. Moko topic up of politician Mojimo Damion discuss one +233-242-670-773. No, please. Messages are coming in. Deborah Beneve, good morning. Good and honest people live freely. My president is a gentle and honest man. Play deaf ears to all the empty barrels making noise and do your God-given assignment, sir. +233-242-670-773 on the screen, please. More messages are coming in. Hope Plus. Good morning. Same money was given to Togo and Benin by World on the same year. By World. Please be very short on the message. Same money was given to Togo and Benin by World on the same year. I'm assuming it's World Bank. These two countries were able to complete their own, but here we are giving promises upon promises. Another guy, $150 million. World Bank trained Togo and Benin. What over Agora Chapunchi, Dobora Chapunchi, Kakagara, your business. All right, guys, I'm not sure that I can independently verify that. Okay, Kofi, Isaac Bear, good morning, respected president, who the elderly man, who everybody. Hey, by myself. All right, I appreciate your message. Thank you for that message. Collins, the Volta region is NDC's strongest hold. Okay, you have to say this is stronghold. Mahama should do whatever he has left in his power to make the coastal lined riverine of Volta much more comfortable, because they actually more than deserves it. It is long overdue. I'll read your message word, but maybe Volta region is NDC's strongest hold. Mahama should do whatever he has left in his power to make the coastal line Reverend of Volta Matai, all right, man, last mission. They said this program since 2024, everybody board meetings. By now, half of the money has gone into those useless meetings and per DMs. Okay, it's not per DM, it's per DM, DIM. Funny enough, none of the meetings were held in the Volta region. Hey, you may know, said the seven Amayo Boglumber, and I got away a couple of women, a couple of women, but also Coco Doji, last one. That's the last message for now. Then Matro Mianchi. Minya Samazo Doma, him and Yamian Yakon Nashor, Miaka. So I'm only Yamu to come and do a baby, because they will go to see the Yato, your is coming. All right, Coco Doji, but yeah, sir, looking nice, our good, beloved, peaceful, honorable leader, John Dramani Mama, I salute you more for your good understanding of joining together as one to do a good policy that can help us all move our good beloved nation Ghana forward with love, peace, unity to win more victory. And I thank you so much for your good support. Hey, compound sentence. All right, Elikan.
You, coastal areas where like no Japan or native tour. I think it's a good call. Even though we are government never was see defense we are namia. At least there then we had a porto coconut new house but let me find. I don't let check like and so for me I think that it's a good idea. Even though the government has support. Probably if government to provide coconut seedlings yes. But then I hear the community general participate where at least at the end of the day, young local community protects local property, but no protect it. For me, I think that's a good idea. The only thing is that any implementing when you are one day about tourists looking at me, then all the coastal nuclear have coconut plantation right it will be yes, and I'm Togo like get a Togo you Akoba Porto when let's do the Maka or he said every day.
I always see defense and the Fmaro. I got a boy Hollando, I never too much at Holland of my over. Oh, Kunya Roxo, Kunya, oh, pile up Ronology, Kunya belt, or a rocky belt out of Makata Koi. I'm over,
something like that. I saw a president, I ever told it the city defense able to this system. I can't solid. So for me, that project, no government, previous government will continue to say, I asked it, but at least I can't do the only thing you have a president body, and I have Ghana top my brando, my father, I may have a foot now, I may have a foot now. Yanu Navakura, Nuki Kuchebenewa, who are we? Unlike Napa president, no, then you have a look at a vote, I will put a vote into our house. The whole job one, and the chapata. If I'm a big politician, and more to the water,
TV, KG, into Mama, Orlando, Mida Puru. Me, Puru, no pommy miracle, so vocal, and foyer vocal, and Fiji. 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 6, 7, 0, 7, 7, 3. And why oh, do I put it at it's young with one, a bullet and it's young. Never to go where I don't know, game, but don't I do game, but don't ask free, but we're going to plus 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 6, 7, 0, 7, 7, 3. Donam o nemi de Togo de la chafone la siga asigato na chapato konkata wainari oko rock oko gojo daro no moji ko la chafone kaya nyanya plus 2 to 6 7 0 7 2 4 2 6 7 0 7 7 3 and why
So I think that it's a good one. Maybe our president ever issue that, and there's a major government to suffer about the sea defense contract and this and the Kusu sea defense projects. So for me, I think it's good. One implementing and make sure monitoring technology. And then aside that, if we can have some monitoring systems, where at least the storm, the overall play waves, tidal waves or prima indication that okay, this is what is coming. That me expect I have communities around that line that one of fully prepared now, so that they might take away by surprise. I think it will be very fine. So aside then, the coconut plantation, the one the government project we invest in early detection signals here, so that before our hits the various communities well, Onya and what plan ahead of time. Because the last time I go is very sad and pathetic. There I make it on a toa, Papa not tent me. So for me, anything government hour, yeah, make sure that I'm your work relief and work budget general hour. And not a bad old joke, I bet my asylum, yeah, chokla. I'm the show there. None they said the whole discuss. The FEMA, acquainted to all me. But I ever visited there. I'm off where I show Bella, you let go on the Tiger with let's see, you go ahead of the number area. And talk, hey, you don't call the president, I'm a ponane, that will do. And talk, if you're nice, if you're not mine. The question, and talk if you're nice, if you're near nine. And fear, I show some sign of humility. They are not having NDC communicators. We are very humble in our discussions. We play how we relate with people because we have a president is a humble person. My year okay, if you are true, I don't know how.
If you are president, Kamataire, Tobiga, Estri, or Fiasam. Anna, Tomisina Chachitru.
I can be selling to cooking.
Nana, if you
represent to cook,
don't bring yourself. Get it to be still of your summary. Get clean. But as if you are actually don't go there, please.
See, that is the side here, NDC I sit down and I laugh. It feels like they the hierarchy of chief chances. Those things trivialize it. Besides that, nobody have quality. You see, ever to politics now, and ever to political figures. And the slightest thing you do now, another prayer, against you. But this is the first gentleman of the land. Everybody would that person in the highest esteem.
Stop that matter. Don't say
presidency he doesn't regard anybody. It's very hard, but that's the way we take it. Oh, that's yes. And I'm probably if you get what's humble about others? If you cannot do what your citizens want, your humbleness is your personal character. Even if you are not doing what citizens want, your humbleness is what are you saying? We see presidents. When you go and before president to him, what was so just why now they hold him in high esteem.
They hold
police in high esteem. See, just what they're going there.
JJ was not a president when he was doing that. 1992, JJ got one more.
That is more than the macro. That is still the one highest. Bigger than what you are having in the voter that affects. And that's Shama. Yes.
And before see defense there,
what do you want to tell you? Now will be our water now. You are working water and the level of Honorable James will never know Gama. Rolling spin and the fear. You might go first number to be a tour that if you're good at that. Open to prove that you're about to let go documented. Do you know how many months they are doing that budget? 48 months.
Yeah, message confirmed sea defense. Oh, Togo, I have that. Go money to Kuma. Yeah. Really government. I tell you to keep up on
this man go jamboree or work now what a cow no can pram tojo 30 seconds can pram tojo when president realized they know it was affecting the people that how many years ago go to Shana go to Tokama where see you don't get it not to Shana
Commander Egua for a dream.
No, but what is Shana but never documented. All right, it is taking 48 months. Every Mahama, that you that budget is estimated not a care. But the lady
48 months, I'm Mama do 48 months.
4 years.
48
months.
It
will end in 2030.
I never go with me.
All right. I'm for president. I'm for president.
The promises are becoming irritating. This project should not take more than 12 months. This is getting irritating. Tony Mark-Boye, but one I won't let you
That new African is ready to fight his own battle and show that after all, the black man is capable of managing the whole affair.